Washington, D.C., capital of the United States of America.
This famous setting is named after the nation's first president.
The city is a reflection of the entire country.
But the 47th is certainly leaving his mark. From renovating the reflecting pool to a proposed triumphal arch,
complete with a winged Lady Liberty.
Donald Trump is obsessed with building a legacy.
Great reflecting pool.
Even when discussing world affairs, he always comes back to his pet projects, especially his beloved White House ballroom.
But the level of hatred between Zelensky and Putin is very substantial. That's an interior of the ballroom.
But you never know with Iran. I think it'll be the finest ballroom of its kind anywhere in the world.
We have to make sure that Iran doesn't get a nuclear weapon. There will never be anything like this built again.
Trump's changes mean the White House, the so-called People's House, is actually pretty cut off from the people after he tore down the East Wing to begin work on that ballroom.
I'm not in favor. I think it's unnecessary and it's a historic building that shouldn't be altered.
It seems a bit of an ego project. I think it's also a bit of a distraction.
In the hierarchy of importance, let's say border security, keeping American people safe, in my opinion, it seems like this ballroom is taking precedent.
I think it's good that we are making our White House beautiful for when dignitaries come to visit us, that they can see that our beautiful White House and what we represent.
And he's making changes to the reflecting pool. He wants to build an arch. Are those good changes?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think any update is a good change. I mean, you can't be stuck in the past forever.
It's clear that while conservationists raise concerns about Trump's building work, some Americans welcome the changes.
Look, to get to be president of the United States, you've got to have an ego, and some exercise the egos in different ways. And Trump's is plastering his name on buildings.
Bill Thomas runs a private tour company.
See that thing right there?
And he believes Trump's plans are perfectly in keeping with those who have gone before him.
Presidents have added wings to the White House. They've changed the architecture of the building. Trump is a guy who likes things done the way he likes things done. And most presidents are like that, but most don't have the nerve that Trump has.
Bill says DC's makeover is long overdue, and that with time, people will welcome the renovations.
People have a way of getting used to things that they didn't like at first and then start to love. People's taste in structures, it changes all the time.
As Trump tries to speed up his plans for the Capitol. So you have filed a lawsuit about this?
Yes.
The White House is trying to weaken federal preservation laws to make it much easier for the president's changes to be made to these historic sites.
There's been nothing. There's been no process.
Charles Birnbaum's group is suing the administration over its renovations of the famous reflecting pool. Trump repainted it, but it's now been closed and drained after algae appeared and the blue paint peeled off. The president blamed vandals. Charles blames a lack of oversight.
The reason why the city looks the way it does and why it's celebrated around the globe as a world-class city is because of the impeccable stewardship that is afforded by multiple agencies that do federal oversight.
Do those guardrails, though, sometimes slow down development?
I think that a lot of people like to weaponize the fact that planning takes too long. You do have to wonder if we had gone through a process here back in April when this all started. Would we have a fence up and have this drained today to see us back at zero?
The layout of Washington has been carefully curated since its founding. So, for example, there is a direct line from here, the Lincoln Memorial, dedicated to the president who abolished slavery, all the way up to Arlington House, the home of the Confederate General Robert E. Lee. So this line of sight is symbolic. It's about unity after the Civil War. And Donald Trump's proposed arch would sit right in the middle and break that link. Does Donald Trump care about that history? Or is he simply thinking about his own legacy? Is there anyone comparable to Trump in terms of their desire to remake the city, to really leave a mark?
George Washington? Perhaps what we're facing is that we've never had a builder, developer, president before.
The banners may feel new and unprecedented, but there is a history of leaders, from Roman emperors to modern European strongmen, using architecture to send a message. Do you think he understands the power of buildings?
I do. He is definitely in that vein of seeing these buildings being part of his legacy, that he can make a grand statement so we will not forget who he is.
But if Washington, the city and its plan, reflects the history of the Republic, don't the buildings that Donald Trump wants to build reflect this period in American history?
Architecture is the voice of our times. They tell us about who we are. He doesn't represent everyone, though. That's the issue. he only represents part of the people.
The planes won't have to be bothered because we dropped down a little bit.
Donald Trump isn't stopping. This week he announced from his newly gilded Oval Office plans to remake the capital's main airport.
Washington's become a beautiful city. It's become a hot city.
Many of these projects are welcomed by residents who want their city modernized and renovated. But will Trump's legacy be a capital revitalized in this, the 250th year of the American Republic, or a president who made this anniversary all about himself?